Hi.
Hi.
We lied to you guys. We decided we're gonna change up what this week's video is about, so come with us as we go to Domino Park. We gotta get on the train.
We are interrupting our regularly scheduled broadcast to bring you some special content. So we have a special request from somebody who's shown us a lot of support over the last few months, and so we wanted to jump at the opportunity to make a special video for them.
Specifically, they asked us to share some of our cute and funny moments that we've had throughout our relationship, so we thought we could do that. But also, we're not that funny, so if you don't laugh, it's not our fault.
Sorry. We did decide to take you guys on a little walk with us, though, so that we're not just sitting on our couch, because we do stuff other than sit at home, we promise.
Right. Well, that was a bus, but I tried. So we just made it to Domino Park in Williamsburg. This is about 10 minutes from our house, maybe 15 minutes by train and walking. But it is one of the most beautiful views of New York City. From here, you can see the Empire State Building, you can see the Statue of Liberty, you can see the Brooklyn Bridge, you can see the Williamsburg Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge. You can see all of Brooklyn, all of downtown Manhattan, and all of uptown Manhattan. So right there, folks, all the way in the background, right there, that's the Statue of Liberty. You're welcome. And that's Queens.
So where should we start?
From the beginning, probably.
The early years?
The early years.
What is Facebook mishaps?
We have some interesting history when it comes to Facebook and social media.
We made poor choices
when
we were children in high school. What's the first? So we did when we were in high school post essentially a before and after photo.
Lewd photos.
Romp in the back seat of Tyler's old 2004 Ford Escape?
2001. Chiquita Banana.
Yeah.
Our issues were that we never played it safe when it came to Facebook. We weren't even out at the time, and yet we were still posting photos of us starting in the front seat, just having seen each other, and then in the back seat with messy hair and our shirts off.
There was also a photo that we posted to Facebook of us post-encounter in Tyler's parents' bed, and this is before
encounter.
This is before they knew about the moving bell, so that's probably not the most tactful.
Yeah, I don't know why we were posting again.
Oh, and some of the text posts we have from back then are just straight cringe.
Atrocious.
So fat.
See, this isn't funny.
Way too much.
This isn't funny. This is just dumb.
That is why you don't give teenagers session.
Yeah, because the second you do, they're going to do something inappropriate, like post their nudies online. Well, not that we were posting nudies that time. So behind us is actually a really cool building. This is the new Domino Sugar building, and it is so beautiful. When we first moved out here, this was like a half burned down factory, and now it's like an office building, maybe residential also, but it's like a WeWork, but not a WeWork. Co-working space. This whole area, let me tell you, Sheldon and I could never afford this area, not until we're rich and famous, so please go like and subscribe.
Follow us. So another absolutely ridiculous antic that we pulled when we were younger.
This one is tinged with sadness.
It is a little tinged with sadness, but it was one of our first big fights as a couple, and in order to make it up to Tyler, I bought him some roses and went down to his school, which he was studying at Metropolitan State University of Denver, which is at the Aurora campus. It's like a giant college campus in the center of downtown. So I went down there and I gave him the flowers, which that's a whole nother story, but we hashed it out, and we ended up going on a cute little walk through the campus. to hand out the flowers to people, and for whatever reason, whenever Tyler would hand somebody a flower, they graciously accepted it.
It's because I'm cute and charming, and people look at my face.
Thank you so much. That's so kind. Like blah blah blah. And then literally every single time without fail that I approached somebody, they were like, "Oh no, I'm okay. That's okay. Thanks. I'm okay." Or they would just straight up ignore me. And
it's because he has resting bitch face, even though it's so cute and beautiful.
I'm so friendly.
Every single person that ever meets Sheldon says, "Oh, I thought you'd
be a dick when I first."
Not wrong.
Back
to telling lewd stories.
The next one is us just recounting how many times we were caught doing it when we were younger, because we were teenagers. Neither of us could go do it at our homes, and
especially because neither of us were out.
We had a car, and
no, I had a car.
Tyler had a car,
and so that's all we did. Whenever we see each other, that is literally all we did. We would
hanging out in the back seat
everywhere we went,
and we were caught several times.
The worst, I think, was
a parking garage.
Yeah, we were in a parking garage.
They came up and knocked on the window. We're like, "You can't do that in
the
here."
Windows were foggy. The car is probably. Anyway, then all of a sudden somebody comes. I don't even think it was a cop. Was it?
No, it was like just some random person.
Hey, you can't do that in here! Like freaking out.
Okay.
So
we also freaked out and got the hell out.
Drove naked to our next spot and finished.
Honestly, it's lucky that we were not like charged as teenagers for contact.
That is literally all we ever did. We would just see each other, eat, and
I don't know how we just skipped over such a vast portion of our timeline, but we're moving forward to when me and Tyler first moved to New York City and came out here to find an apartment. Hold on. We gotta look at that. Amazing. So yeah, jumping forward. So when we first moved here, we came here on a 3 or 4 day trip for Tyler's 24th birthday?
25th birthday.
For Tyler's 25th birthday to find an apartment, and pretty much the whole time it was packed with apartment hunting. We got
That's the only
here,
reason why we came out here. We came out here to find an apartment, and we had 3 days to find an apartment across all of New York City. You tell people that in New York City, and they look at us like we're mad people.
Crazy. Yeah.
Because that is impossible. That's an impossible feat.
But we did it. We did it. We literally walked up and down the fucking aisle. Oh, I can't say fucking. We literally walked up and down the aisle of Manhattan from morning to like literally late at night, going from apartment to apartment, train to train.
Terrible apartment.
Oh my god.
Apartment.
Unlivable apartment after unlivable apartment. So
mind you, when you're living in Colorado, like we were, you have the option to
the
have
suburbs.
Yeah.
You have a car, and you don't walk everywhere.
No,
and
more than that, you could. Oh, what is going on exactly with that? So. Let's be honest, the apartment searching that happens in New York City is terrible, because when you go from Colorado, where you're living in apartments that are beautiful and ginormous and come with all of these amenities
and brand new,
and now we're walking into apartments across all of New York City that are
hundreds of years old and small and have no amenities.
Literally, sometimes you were in the shower and you had to be bent like this in order to stand in the shower.
The first apartment we ever saw, it was the size of our kitchen maybe. It was a micro apartment that they tried to get us to lease before we even saw it, and thank God we didn't, because we walked in with a broker and literally got locked in the apartment and had to wait 30 minutes for one of their coworkers to come let us out because the door didn't open from the inside. So I don't know if they just expected us to die in there or what.
Right, yeah.
Anyways, so point is, after several days of doing this nonstop, we were exhausted, and
some of us more than others.
Guilty. And we had not found anything. We hadn't seen a single apartment that seemed livable. So it was our last day. We had 2 viewings in Manhattan. And
no, there's more to this story, because it was also pouring rain this entire day. Like, when I mean pouring rain, we didn't have umbrellas. We were wearing dress shoes and dress pants because we wanted to seem presentable going to view apartments, but it turns out that wasn't necessary. And we were walking. We literally walked like 22 miles in one day, and then had to go all the way from the bottom of Manhattan all the way to the very top, back to the bottom, back to the top, and then into Brooklyn. And it was a long day. And
so our last 2 viewings for that day were in Brooklyn. They were near the Airbnb that we stayed at in Bushwick, and they were the only 2 apartments that we actually looked at in Brooklyn. Thank God we did, because we went and we saw the apartment that we currently live in, and we really liked it. It was in our price range. It was the first one that we saw that we thought would possibly work, and we set everything in motion, and feeling good that we had finally maybe found an apartment if we got approved.
We
went
decided to go on a
go,
walk and find something to eat.
but unwittingly, we walked...
Still raining.
Still raining. Unwittingly, we walked 8 blocks in the wrong direction because...
We couldn't find the subway and we didn't have our... I don't remember why we didn't just use our phones.
Yeah, I don't know, but the subway that we were supposed to go to was literally 2 blocks in the other direction. We walked 8 blocks the other way.
You're telling this like trauma.
It was. It was trauma. It was trauma. No, so then... I'm starting to break down at this point, man.
No, let me go. He has been taking on this too long. The reality of it is that we were too bougie to find somewhere to eat, and he was starving. We hadn't eaten all day. It was raining. We were both wet. We were both walking in and out of a lot of apartments, and then
we found KFC.
We came across KFC, and neither of us eat KFC. Okay.
No, but we decided to just stop in.
Because it was the only thing that gave us some semblance of home and some semblance of like normalcy of what we were used to.
So anyways, I'm sitting there, chicken tender in my fingers, and I just burst out crying because
he couldn't handle it.
I was like, I can't fucking do this, literally.
By the way, in this KFC, there was no chairs, so we were having to stand around a table. The floors were disgusting because it was raining, and everybody knows that rain in New York City turns to instant black ground. Oh. And we were standing there soaking wet, and he's crying, and it was
sobbing, saying, I can't do this, I can't live here, I can't walk this much. Little did we know, you don't actually walk that much.
Yeah.
Being in New York, I don't actually know why we walked that much. We just didn't know what we were doing. Yeah, but we could have done it in like circles. We just were like, not.
We weren't well planned.
No, we were not.
It's gonna start to get dark on us, folks, but stick with us.
Stick with us.
Okay, so in that same trip, we went to the Met for my birthday, because we were there for my birthday, so we did take one day off from doing a apartment searching, and we decided to go to the Met. And when we were there, I have a problem, I'll admit immediately. We stopped in at the cafe to have some coffee and some tea and some donuts and some coffee and tea and
oh god,
crumpets.
Here we go again.
Anyway, the point of the story, and that is exactly it, is that we're sitting there having a normal conversation, and it's a community table, so we're sitting next to a couple, and this couple just happens to be British. I had no idea, I wasn't paying attention to their conversation, but I start speaking in a British accent.
Loudly speaking in a British accent.
Right next to them, and I mean, we're this far away from each other.
So I proceed to swiftly and...
No, he's kicking me under the table and giving me a look, and I say, why are you kicking me? And then he points with his eyes saying, like, look over there, and then I realize they're British.
I'm dying of embarrassment.
Yeah, I died of embarrassment immediately after that. I was shook that I just did that, and it was so embarrassing.
We got up and dipped right after that.
You already know if you've watched our previous videos, which we have an issue with accents. We're not good at them. So.
No.
Let's talk about the time that we became prostitutes in Costa Rica.
Okay, not prostitutes.
At least the look of it, okay?
Watch the big ass rat. You see them?
Yeah, why do we need to go that way? What's wrong with being right here?
So here's the thing. When we go out in New York City, particularly to gay clubs...
We've talked about this, by the way.
You dress a certain way.
Yeah.
A little provocatively. Nothing too crazy, but we'll typically wear like short shorts and like a mesh shirt or like a cutoff tank, something like that. And
emphasis on the short shorts.
While we do typically Google societal norms for the countries we're visiting, we just like...
assume that all gay cultures were the same?
Yeah, I don't know. So, we go out, our last day in Costa Rica and San Jose. And
the day that we went to the bathhouse.
Yes, after the bathhouse, we decided to go to a gay club.
No, we went to a lesbian club.
Yeah, it was that it was lesbian night, so they didn't want us to go in, which is understandable. But after that, we decided to go to a gay bar, and we show up, we're walking over, we're doing our thing, and for some reason, we're getting like endlessly catcalled by people, like just them rolling down their windows and whistling at us, or like saying shit at us through their windows,
this.
We
it's
had
like
one car follow us.
Yeah, they followed us for a while too.
That was a little scary.
It was scary, but also like we were feeling ourselves.
Like, oh, bitch, get it.
That's actually an embarrassing aspect about it. We felt like we looked hot because everybody was looking at us, whistling out their window, calling for us, turning around their cars for us.
But then, we got to the club. And we noticed a distinct difference between how we were dressed and how our fellow brethren were dressed. And it was that we were showing a lot of skin.
A lot of skin.
They were
not
like,
even, we were wearing a tank top and short swimming shorts. Okay?
Look at they were short. That being said, everybody else was in like button up long sleeve shirts and like jeans in 90-degree weather, which was astounding to me.
I would never do that. I would sweat boots.
No.
Especially because we were dancing. We were going hard. So it's like wearing that. I could never imagine wearing that much clothing while freaking dancing my ass off.
It was then though that we realized that we were getting catcalled because we looked like prostitutes.
Yeah.
So half of San Jose thought that we were hookers.
We should have made our money.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure 90% of these stories aren't even that funny. Oh well. The city lights up and it's so pretty. Look at the Empire State Building, folks. So what's next?
Our COVID wedding.
Okay, so we shouldn't be telling you this, so make sure you keep it on the down low and don't tell anybody else.
We apparently have an issue with incriminating ourselves on the internet, but we're about to do that again.
So we realized that COVID was a very difficult time for a lot of people, including us. I mean, we had a really good time, but we also decided to get married during COVID.
And we planned everything out, we put it all together, we booked a trip, we did all of the stuff we had to do to be able to go to the courthouse and get married, and then with Tyler's parents already having booked flights and a trip out here a day before they arrive, a day before we're supposed to get married.
A day before it took us like 5 months to get an appointment into the courthouse, which we had to get married in order for me to get on his health insurance.
For us to go to Thailand.
For us to go to Thailand, because during the time you had to have health insurance, and I didn't at the time, to go to Thailand. That was part of the requirements of travel.
I get off of work one day and I'm not feeling the best in the back of my throat. I wake up the next day, I'm really not feeling good. We had like an instant rapid test that we just had saved from, whenever.
Yeah.
And I took it, and within 5 minutes it said that I was positive.
And then that's when I really started to feel sick also.
So he took one, and he was also positive.
Yes.
We called Tyler's parents, and they both pretty much were like, well, it sucks, but we just gotta do what we gotta do.
We're here now.
So we made the decision that we were going to wear masks, because we had to at that point no matter what.
Kitty wearing a jacket, I think.
And we were going to proceed with our plans to go get married at the courthouse, even though we had COVID. So the next day, we wake up, we get ready, we don our masks, we head into the city with Tyler's parents, we go to the courthouse, and they question us. They say, have you had any COVID symptoms? Are you currently sick? Blah. No.
We would never.
As we're sitting there, coughing like crazy, sneezing
I'm
like
trying
crazy.
not to. No, I
Unable
wasn't.
to breathe.
I was trying not. Yeah, we had masks
soaking
on.
through the mask.
I was sitting there trying to pretend like I had never sneezed or sniffled a day in my life. Like I was.
Meanwhile, I'm dying.
Yeah.
Visibly sick.
It was
visibly lying. And
this is also the first time we got COVID, so this is like us experiencing symptoms for the first time.
But yeah, we made it through.
And not only did we make it through, we then decided to go out to
several
a bar,
bars and restaurants.
And then another bar, and then a restaurant. And we did our whole wedding night dinner with my parents. Meanwhile, we're wearing masks while we're eating because we're trying not to get my parents sick.
We also went to a Broadway show and sat inside a packed theater for 3 hours.
No, the day
sitting
it opened,
elbow to elbow with other individuals.
The day Broadway opened back up, or at least the week that Broadway opened back up.
So essentially, for our wedding gift, we decided to be COVID super spreaders.
You're welcome, everybody.
We just happened to. That's where it took a turn.
Hopefully nobody got sick, though.
Sorry, everybody. But on the plus side, we got married.
Isn't New York so beautiful? The next one's just embarrassing for me, I think. So embarrassing. In Costa Rica, at this point, we've decided
for Tyler's birthday.
Yeah, no, not for me. It was for our honeymoon.
No,
for my birthday.
It was the day of your birth.
It was the actual day of my birthday.
That's my point. It was your birthday.
Yeah, it was my. Oh, that makes it worse. By this time, we had actually already started filming for Lavender Lingo. We go out to where were we at?
We were at Manuel Antonio National Park. and we were at one of the beaches. I forget the name of it. It's been multiple times voted the most beautiful beach in the world. It was incredible.
But we
decided to play in the waves and live our travel blogger fantasy and set up our camera and get us some footage of us in our cute swimsuits.
I want you to know that I'm telling you this story because it's funny, and it's better to be telling the joke than it is to be on the wrong side of it. Anyway, I'm sitting in the waves, and we're sitting there trying to be all cute. And let's just say I don't exactly have the ideal body type for anybody wanting to be half naked on a beach. But the waves took me out, okay? And I rolled like a freaking whale up the sand. My legs flopped in the air. And yeah, I have a video of it, and it's gonna be posted because I'm just gonna own my truth, okay?
Maybe we'll make a reel out of it.
No, it doesn't need to be. The point is that it was really embarrassing for me, but also...
Travel blogger fantasy snatched right out of his hands.
Yeah, turns out that I'm still gonna do it anyway, and I'm gonna own my rolls and rolling up the beach. Did you know the Empire State Building does that? It blinks, but only at a certain time. Can you even see
dances. You can't.
Hold on, let me see.
You can't zoom in and forward facing.
Anyway, doesn't matter.
So, we are back where we started from. We walked the length of Domino Park.
It's so cute. Hopefully you enjoyed it.
It's so cute, so beautiful. If you're ever in Brooklyn, or if you ever come to New York City, definitely come and check it out because it's one of the prettiest spots in the city.
Come and say hi to us.
Yes.
Also, let me say this real quick. Even though these moments may not have been the funniest, there are just some funny moments that we can look back and see in our relationship and think about the happy times. Especially, like, we didn't post a video this last week because we've kind of been facing some hard emotional stuff, and it's better when we're facing that stuff to put our relationship at the forefront and deal with that stuff and kind of turn inward, and that's kind of what we did. So we did that, but now it's good that we can get out here and
share some of these happy memories with you guys
while we think about the stuff that's been really positive in our relationship. I think we might do another one of these videos, but talk about some more of the hard moments that we've had, because I think that it's important for us to share positive, good, bad, all of the above. It's important for us to share all of those moments.
But we want to send a special thank you to Gabriel Costa for allowing us the opportunity to do this actually and giving us this idea, because it actually ended up being really beneficial for us. So we appreciate that, and we appreciate all your support.
And if you have any other questions, anybody else watching this video, or even you, Gabriel, if you have anything, reach out to us in the comments below. Tell us what you want to hear. Tell us. We're excited to talk to you guys and make this a whole community of love and laughter and fun, and maybe not that much laughter because we're not that funny.
We're not funny.
Ooh, anyway, it's freezing out here, people. So
it is, yes. Next week on Lavender Lingo,
we'll get back to our daily schedule programming. See you in the next one.
See you in the next one.
Oh, did we say welcome to Lavender Lingo at all in this video?
I don't think we did. Damn, we didn't.
Oh shit, I'm glad that was on there.
It's okay because we'll just do the special, we said that it's like a special broadcast episode.